Hey, what's going on, you guys? I'm Veggie Rolls, and if this is your first time stopping by, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any more delicious food. Okay, so in today's video, we're going to be making some chocolate pecan cake. I was going to say pecan pie. No. Oh, maybe one day I'll put it on my list. Let me know if you'll be interested. So we're going to be making chocolate pecan cake. This is one of those delicious cakes that's like mind-blowing. You want to share, but you don't want to share because you don't want it to run out. Yeah, so let's get veggie. Okay, so I totally forgot that I had to show you what I was doing, and I just like kind of started going at it. But into the mix, I've already added a cup and a half of all-purpose flour and 1/3 of a cup of cocoa powder. And next we're going to be adding 1 cup of white sugar, just whatever sugar you have or whatever sugar you prefer to use. I'm just using white sugar. You can use whatever sugar you prefer. And I'm going to be putting in half of a teaspoon of sugar, of salt, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and we're going to go ahead and mix that up. That is going to make up our dry ingredients. By the way, I'm wearing Mia's hat if you're wondering. This is Mia's little chef hat. She was supposed to come out in the video. She decided not to at the last minute, so I'm borrowing her hat. Next, for our wet ingredients, we're going to be using 1 cup of cold water, and it looks all frosty because I had it in the freezer because I only have room temperature water on hand. And then next, we're going to go ahead and add our vegetable oil. I'm using vegetable oil because it's unflavored. You want something that's very mildly flavored or unflavored. And this is a 1/3 of a cup of oil. We're also going to add 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we're going to go ahead and mix that all together. Next, we're going to go ahead, toss in our wet ingredients with our dry ingredients and mix that away. Mixa, 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 as Jaden would say. Alright guys, so once you mix your batter up and get everything nice and mixed, you're going to go ahead and add about a cup or more, if you're feeling generous, of pecans. And then you just want to fold that in. Next, we're going to pour this into our cake pan. And this is a 9-inch round cake pan that's been greased already. And we're going to put this in the oven, not the microwave. We're going to put this in the oven that's been preheating at 350 degrees for 30 minutes or until a toothpick comes out nice and clean. Okay, so our cake is out of the oven now and it's coming out nice and clean and it smells so good. You have no idea. And we're just going to go ahead and run our toothpick around the edges and we're going to, so it's been, I should probably say, it's been out of the oven for about 10 minutes now. So I'm confident enough to go ahead and flip this bad boy over. I'm going to flip this over onto our cooling rack and hope that it shimmies out. There we go. Whoop. Excellent. So now that it's on our cooling rack, we're going to let this sit for like 10 to 15 minutes until it's cooled even further. That way we can slice it in half because I do want this to be a 2-layered cake. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you guys how to make the frosting. Alright guys, so while our cake is cooling down, we're going to go ahead and get started with the frosting. So, for your frosting, you're going to need 2 cups of powdered sugar. You're going to need 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. And you're also going to need 4 tablespoons of non-dairy butter. And just make sure that it's softened. And I just left this out for a while out of the fridge. But if you are just going to make this now and realize that it's not softened, you can just put it in the microwave just for a few seconds. Like literally a few seconds. Like 4 seconds and it'll soften up. You don't want to melt it. You're not going for melted butter, just a little softened so that everything can mix nicely. And then you're just going to go ahead and mix this all together. So at this point, it's going to look nothing like frosting. This is what it's going to look like. It's all crumbly and whatnot. And then we're just going to slowly start adding some unsweetened, I'm using unsweetened, you can use sweetened, and I'm just doing this, I'm just adding some of the milk in there, and you're slowly just gonna add more and more until it starts looking more like a frosting. So as you can see, I add a little bit. You can go ahead and add like a teaspoon or a tablespoon at a time, whatever you're more comfortable with adding. Slowly, just add a little more. If you at any point add too much, you could just add a little bit more powdered sugar. I'm gonna add just a touch more. And I think this should be enough. Yep, that looks about right. Alright guys, so now that our frosting is done and our cake has cooled down, I'm gonna try my very best to slice this in half. Now, I'm using a big serrated knife, as you can see, and I'm just gonna start knifing it. That's not the right way to say it. But, yeah, I'm just gonna start cutting and hope you guys can probably hear me. They're outside playing. Don't worry, Chris is out there with them. But, yeah, I'm just gonna cut away and hope and really try to get this cut right, because I'm horrible at cutting like layers of cake like this, and I don't have like a special tool, so I'm not a big baker. That's why I don't have like any special thing for this. But we'll see. Maybe it'll turn out okay. And I think we're, yep, I think we're through. Okay. Okay. Next, we're gonna go ahead and frost this bad boy. So we're gonna go ahead and just pour some of this frosting. I would say like almost half, but not really half, onto the middle layer. And we're gonna move that around and get that. Try not to lift up all those crumbs. Alright, so we're gonna get this almost to the very edge, but not quite. Next, we're gonna grab the top layer and place it on top. Ha! That's so funny. There's like a hashtag mark on top of the cake from being on top of the cooling rack. But anywho, let's go ahead and put the rest of this on here. I'm just gonna pour it all in the very center, and then we're just gonna spread this around. And then we could go ahead and garnish it with some, just some pieces. You want to add some pecan crumbs on there, just to make everything look pretty. Alright guys, so it's time for the taste test cam. Alright, here we go. Oh. I don't know what to say. It's that good. It's delicious. You guys, I don't even have a sweet tooth, and this is like so delicious. I love this cake so much. So that's it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you try out this magical chocolate cake for yourself, that no one will ever know that it's vegan unless you tell them. And yeah, so subscribe if you haven't already, if you want, of course. And click on one of these videos to continue watching, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye, guys.